Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing one of my favorite things about makeup, and that is brows, how to fill in your brows. So I'm going to be telling you all about brow routine, and then explaining what I do to keep my brows up to date. Obviously with full face makeup on right now, I'm just missing my brows. So I just need to do those, and I'm going to show you how to do it and tell you some secrets and tips and all that good stuff. Alright, so we're going to start off just maintaining your brows. Just talking about maintaining them and talking about like how I keep them the way they are, keep them the shape that they are, and everything along those lines. So obviously, maintaining, I use three things. I use a comb, I use tweezers, and a little pair of scissors. So what I do is, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit here to look at them. So obviously you can see these are my natural brows. So they're just kind of sparse, and obviously comb through them. What I typically do, once or twice a week, is I they grow really fast. So normally just like combing upwards with the comb. Just to see, obviously, I just got them done, so they really aren't that bad. Like, but if you comb them up, you can see, okay, I'll just do some examples for you. I just take the scissors and go straight across, kind of just slightly trimming them, and then combing it back. Just, combing up. And this kind of makes them look good, just making sure they're all the same length. Those look pretty good, not too crazy. Then you comb down, obviously, make sure that there's no craziness. There's not. If they come down to, about here, mine grow really fast and crazy, so that's just what I do to make sure that they all look good. So I would say just keep them long. Of course, keep them as long as you can. And then always go to a spa, or if your hairstylist is well known and for doing brows and is really good at it, then I would say go to your hairdresser or someone you trust. Do not go to a nail salon to get your eyebrows waxed. You'll regret it. I mean, everybody's done it once probably, and you're like, oh my god, it took off half my eyebrow. So I mean, if I'm not trying to be biased, and if you go to a nail salon and get yours done and it looks great, good for you, that's wonderful. Just, I know personally I've had a lot of bad experiences with nail salons doing my eyebrows, as well as any a lot of other people I've talked to too, they've had some bad experiences. So my suggestion would be go to an esthetician, or someone who, or a brow bar, or someone who really has studied and knows about how to wax or thread your brows, or you could go to a microblading place or wherever you think best. I'm natural. My eyebrows are natural, and I do the waxing. I do it probably, you're supposed to do it like every 4 to 6 weeks depending on growth. But I'm really bad about it going, and so yeah, it just kind of depends, what works for you budget wise. But you can always, tweeze in between as well. So I just take these tweezers I actually got at Beauty Brands, and I am not sure the brand name on these, but these are my favorite tweezers. They are like a light pink, and then they have like just a silver tips on the bottom. And I love these. I just go in. I always keep, a line for that. And the esthetician I've been going to in De Pere, she works at Ghost Spa. Her name's Teresa. So if you do live in the St. Louis area and you do want to get your eyebrows waxed, I would highly suggest Teresa. She works at the Ghost Spa, and it's just G-O and then Spa, and then it's in De Pere, Missouri. And she does wonderful. She does facials. She does eyebrows. And then she talked me into getting, this is Image Skincare Beauty, and it is actually a serum that you put on your brows and your eyelashes. And it's great because it just a twist up top, takes a gel, and then you just run this through your brows at night. And then you also take it on your lash line where you would do your eyeliner at. So, and this helps grow your brows and your eyelashes. And it's definitely helped my brows a lot. Just kind of keeping the shape, and you know, her and I are just kind of working together right now to make sure that they stay where they're supposed to be at. So she'll like only wax where she knows I want them to grow at. So we're gonna jump right in and get started. So the first thing I do is I take a spoolie, and this is, again, I got this in my Ipsy bag. The Brow Is by Anastasia is my favorite, or the Brow Definer by Anastasia is my favorite, but right now I don't have either of those. I just have this is called Rhodile is the brand, and it's called Glamour Brow, and this is in the shade Dark Ash Brown. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pencil on one brow, and then I'm also going to use just my normal routine on the other brow, just to show you the difference. And now I know this isn't going to be dark enough for me, so I'm just going to try it and show you. I'm going to go in with this brow. So try not to raise your brows. I know I do that a lot, but you're going to just relax your face and then just start at the front, just drawing a line right across. It's basically just a line to start, you know, the transformation of your brow. So just drawing that out. Now to know there are three main parts to your brow. The first part is going to be how you're going to find it. You're going to take any kind of skinny pencil, brush, you can use a comb, anything. So you're just going to line that up with your nose, and you're going to say, okay, this is where the end of my brow is supposed to be, right there. So I just have to make sure that I just draw that in right there. And then how to find so you're going to find the start of your brow, the arch of your brow, and then the tail of your brow. So how you find so you start here again, just straight up and down, that's where you find it at. And then you're going to go to the middle of your pupil. So slant it, so use your nose and slant it, and right there's where your arch is supposed to be. And then I want you to take take your pencil, line it up to the end of your eye, and that is where that tail is supposed to be. So if you just want to take your pencil again and just draw that. NYX is also a great brow brand. I use they have a lot of great products, but I really like their stuff for brows, just because they do stay on your eyes very well. I just really like them. So drawing that, just making sure when you're doing this, you're going to do light strokes too. So normally I do like swift light strokes over here. You always want to make this part darker than this part. So just taking those light strokes. And also up here, just building that in. And everybody's eyebrow shape is different based on your face, so whatever works better for your face, that's how you're going to want to do it. The best thing to do maybe would be to just grow them out as much as you can and try and figure out a shape and stop. If you don't like the shape of your brows now, I would suggest, growing them out. I know it's not the best look and process and all that, but once it's done, you'll be very happy. There's always concealer and foundation, to mask whatever you got going on underneath there. So just building. So you see how it's square in the front, then arch, and then just straight. Just building that up. And then in the front, you're going to want it really light. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the tip of this, and you're just going to go in upward motions in the front. Just those upward motions in the front. Then I want you to do is I'm going to take your spoolie on the other side. I'm just going to want you to comb through, just comb upward motions. Don't press too hard because it will move the product. Just slowly move it. And then just do that. So this is only using this. The other thing's a more intense process, but they should look almost the same. This is, of course, lighter than Granite that I use in the Anastasia Brow Definer. So, and just, doing those upward motions in the front, just having that dimension, that light, fluffy look here in the front, and then building it to go dark in the back. And then spooling that out. I don't like to spoolie a lot just because I like a defined brow. So, okay, so we're going to be done with that one. Alright, so I'm taking that NYX Tame & Frame and Espresso, and be dipping in with my Luxie brush I got in my Ipsy bag. Just dipping it in there, getting the product on there, and then obviously drawing that line. Just starting small strokes, building that line up. And if you do mess up, we are going to go back in with concealer. There's always a brow that gives you issues, and that's always, everybody has that one brow that gives you issues. This is my brow that gives me issues, so we'll see what happens. Sometimes people make like two lines, like a line down here, and then fill it in. You need to just play with it and figure out what works best for you. I am a fan of the pomades versus the pencil. I just think it, I don't know, I just like the way it applies. And, I didn't do the test to see, if this one lined up correctly. So this one's a little over, but you can always take your finger and kind of just go upward motions with that. So that there, the side of the ear, and then that one matches up. Perfect. So then we're just going to keep working that pomade into this eyebrow over here. And remember, your eyebrows are not sisters. They're, oh my gosh. And remember, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So don't stress too much about getting them perfect, because there's no point in stressing over that. I mean, and you can always, I love this brush because it's got, the tip on it, but it also, you can go straight across with that. It's all about just making sure the shape fits your face and fits your, the way you look, the makeup looks that you do. And making sure the color matches up correctly too, because if it is too dark, it can look really harsh. So you just have to make sure that it's a good shade for you based on your hair color. And you can always go to Ulta, Sephora, any of those places, and they will help you match, what eyebrow, color you are, that you need to be. I mean, that's great, and it's a good thing to know too, because you don't want to be doing the wrong shade and looking like a clown, because that can happen. Okay, upward motions in the front. And I really think that everybody's gone through a bad eyebrow phase. I know I have, when they were too thin, or, back in the day they didn't, not that I was aware, you didn't fill in your eyebrows. You just kind of rocked what you had. And in the 90s, you're supposed to be it was supposed to be real skinny. And so a lot of people did that too. So yeah. We are going to go ahead and darken up this eyebrow over here. We're going to use the Granite Pomade Arts Dip Brow by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So, and it's in the shade Granite. Because it's almost black, so I like it because it matches my hair color. And I'm only going to use that on the back part of my eyebrow. So not in the front, just because we want the dimension of the light to dark. Like I said, you go up too far, I mean, that's not a problem. We're going to go and clean it up afterwards, just to make sure that those are looking good to go. And so you can see this one is a little bit darker. Not too off though, so I'm gonna leave it just so I wanted to show you both ways, just so you knew what, both ways you could do it. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it up. So I'm gonna take my Better Skin concealer, and this is in the shade Ivory. So I'm gonna take some. The best way to do this is, take a little concealer brush. This is by e.l.f. And this one it's just a concealer brush by e.l.f. It's a little tiny little brush head. So it's like perfect. And then you just take this on the back of your hand. I just put a little dab. I just put like a little dab on the back of your hand. And then I'm going to just take that concealer brush, dip it in the product. And then I'm just going to go right underneath here. You don't want to go to right next to the brow line just because you can always blend it up, but you want to make sure that you don't screw anything up too while you're doing that. You just want to clean this up, make sure it looks good with the shape that you want. And you can obviously go back and, blend it better and all that too. Just taking it up, cleaning that up. See how it just sharpens everything a little bit, just a tad. And don't use like a crazy light concealer. Use the same concealer you use on your under eye, just so everything blends in really nicely and you don't have, any weird things. And you can always just go pat, or if you have to put a ton, then you can use your brush, and all you want to do is just fan down like that, just so it blends in really nicely. And then you can always go in with like a clear brow gel or a tinted brow gel. I typically would use a tinted brow gel on this eyebrow if I just use this pencil, just because I would like it a tad darker. So I am going to take some Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a tinted brow gel, and it's the shade Chocolate. So I'm going to take some of that on the eyebrow that I did the brow pencil with, just to darken this up a little bit. Now, I'm not going to go in the front at all. I'm going to go right here and about the middle, and I'm just going to brush up in light strokes. Now, what a brow gel does is it holds your eyebrows down, keeps them in place all day. And this also kind of has a darkening effect to it, which I like, because if I'm doing a light brow, it's really good because it helps darken it up and, smooth it out too. I just really like how it holds, and it feels really nice as well. And you don't need a lot, you just need a little bit. So just take that and just slightly go over it, and then that will hold everything in place for the remainder. So that's it for this brow tutorial, how I do my brows on a daily basis, and also how I do them. So this eyebrow would be like typical natural. This would be, more intense going out kind of brow. It just kind of depends how I feel. I mainly do these two every day, these pomades. Easier for me, but if I am in a rush, if I'm in a hurry, a brow pencil is the way to go for me. Like if you are in a rush, this is just easy, glides on, you're done, you don't have to worry. It's pretty simple with this. And of course you could use the brow gel, you don't have to. What I like about the NYX Tame Frame is I think this really keeps my eyebrows in place all day. So when I mix both of these, the Anastasia Dip Brow and then the NYX Tame Frame, I think it's a great combination for me. It keeps them on really good. So if you want to do anything like that, maybe, if you're blonde, maybe do like the NYX blonde color, and then, or, depending on what color blonde you are, you could do like a lighter and then like a slightly darker, maybe a shade up, just to give your brow some dimension. Just kind of depends. Just go to Sephora, go to Ulta, and play around. See what works for your eyebrows. You can always just go in there with no makeup on and just play around with the different colors and things, and they'll help you there and find the right shade for you instead of you just going to the store guessing. Better just to go ask professional. Somebody knows, every day what's the best shade for you and all that. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope that I explained everything, how I do my brows. I didn't get the shape overnight. It does take work keeping up with them. Like I said, if you can, go to an esthetician, just because they can help you with your brows and everything. Going to a spa is like the best place. You can get a facial and then get your eyebrows waxed. I mean, you have to get an expensive facial. You can just get something quick. But I think that's the best way to do it. Is just go to professional with waxing. Have somebody wax your brows or tell you what to do, or buy one of these. This serum. This is the Image Beauty serum. I can't remember how much this cost. I think it was like $40 or something. It's supposed to last like 4 months. Body Mary has a really inexpensive one. They're a skincare line that you can find online at bodymary.com. And theirs is like a mascara wand. And I'm going to hopefully get it soon so I can try it out and see what I think about it. And it's a mascara wand for your eyelashes as well as your brows. So it does help, grow everything. So that's what the serum does. Buy any kind of serum you can for that kind of thing, just because it helps grow your brows and as well as your eyelashes are in your brows. So that is all for this video. So if you have any questions, if I didn't explain something quite correctly that you wanted to know more about, let me know. But really the trick for me is just going to an esthetician and then also keeping my brows at home with tweezers and my scissors, and then also filling them in every day.